Flesh and Bone.
See Flesh about the gas, you know, tell with me and my nigga about the studio, we smash. I turn you to an alcoholic, or what you wanna call it, drunk tips till they drop. Came to spit with them on a clock, holla, got you switch. We take it to them, running out of realness. Surely living in a life that's full of thrills. We went up and over the hill, went through the whole trail. Just thugging, breaking up, just rolling weed and smoking on that Buddha.
The Flesh and Bone, Stack the Fifth Dog, Bone Thug, himself in the house, court.
Cleveland is a brutal place to call home. There is poverty, gangs, violence, and hopelessness in its streets. But hip-hop fans know it for legendary rappers. They know it for Bone Thugs and Harmony. It was the late 90s, and a new genre of music was emerging in the world when Cleveland gave birth to this unique group that took the mainstream media by storm. Almost every hip-hop lover became a fan of this unique group. They loved Busy, Crazy, Lazy, and Wish. But they forgot the core founding member of this group, who was essential for maintaining harmony in Bone Thugs and Harmony. We are talking about Flesh and Bone, the fifth dog, the rapper who dreamed of Bone Thugs and Harmony, but barely got the chance to enjoy its peak and legacy.
I did a little time in the pen, did like 9 years in the pen.
His life is full of trials and tribulations. He faced numerous highs and lows in his life that led him to become the greatest Bone Thug rapper that never was. This video is dedicated to him. Flesh and Bone was born at Stanley House on June 10, 1973. Just like his other future group members, he grew up in a rough neighborhood on Cleveland's northeast side. To survive in this area, they had to become part of violence, drug supplies, and other street crimes. Stanley's childhood is marked by the dark streets of Cleveland, where people barely survived. In these hopeless streets, he clung to his hobby of rapping to keep his sanity intact. His music was focused on the dark realities of life.
The person that really started me rapping was LL Cool J.
Flesh and Bone is the older brother of Lazy Bone and the cousin of Wishbone. They were all eager for music and hip-hop from a young age. Flesh was obsessed with East Coast rappers and was looking at LL Cool J as his inspiration. This inspiration led him to write lyrics from a young age.
When Eazy-E and NWA came out with the Dope Man record,
oh my God.
It was over. It was over. He was like, that's what we want to do.
This gave a dream to Flesh. He wanted to be a rapper who would introduce his area and his culture into the hip-hop world. He was still a teenager, but was planning to come out of the dark streets of Cleveland. For this, he created the Band-Aid Boys group with his brother and cousin when they were all in 7th grade. Until 9th grade, these three were working together to learn and create music.
Into the mid-90s, we were some of the pioneering ones coming out of Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, 1993, rambunctious, ambitious, and trying to explore our overall goals.
Then, in 11th grade, they created Bone Enterprise. Flesh, in those days, was busy with his college. They had to travel to Pennsylvania to attend classes, so he couldn't be an active part of the group. With his traveling, Flesh was busy hustling, doing baseball, excelling in academics, learning raps, and trying to earn money in any way he could. He was the oldest member of the group, and his eyes were on a big purpose. He wanted the best for his brothers.
I was trying to make money. I was doing everything. That was Stack, the fifth Stack. When they say Stack the big bro, when they say Stack showed me and taught me, they not bullshit. Because I laced all my brother's boots and I taught them pretty much everything they know.
While he was busy doing this, he missed the opportunity to be on the first album of Bone Enterprise. The Faces of Death album came out, making 4 of the members of Bone Enterprise famous, leaving Flesh behind. The neighborhood started recognizing the group, but this recognition wasn't enough for Flesh. He wanted the best for himself and his brothers. And soon he got the opportunity. When he was in college, he was involved in a crime. The police were going to arrest him, so his mother pushed him to run away from Cleveland. He settled into California and found some homies there.
I think it was the Hoovers, the Hoover Gangster Crips or something like that.
With these homies, Flesh was rapping and learning about California. He went into different music bars, trying to build some connections. He was introduced to different rap groups. Soon, Flesh realized that this whole group should be in California. This is the place where they could thrive. So he bought a train ticket to Cleveland. He spent days and nights over there hustling and earning money. At last, he gathered his group and urged them to sell their things to get enough money to buy a one-way bus ticket to the West. It was November 23, 1993, when they started the journey. This was not a glamorous adventure. They were broke, hungry, and sleeping wherever they could when they arrived in Los Angeles. But Flesh's persistence and decision changed their lives forever. Unfortunately, later on, they had to leave Flesh behind in their journey towards fame.
And Cleveland is good, it's Cleveland's home, but California is where we need to be if we really want to tap into more resources and try to make it. So that's what happened. I ended up going back to Cleveland to round those guys up and come back to California with them, and that's what we did.
In California, one day they came across Eazy-E's number. They kept calling him to give their auditions. At last, Eazy-E attended their call. Flesh gave the audition over the phone, and his rap stole the heart of Eazy-E, and he instantly asked the whole group to meet him in Cleveland. Due to Flesh, Bone Enterprises came to California, and now they were going back to Cleveland to get signed to Ruthless Records. The collaboration with Eazy-E turned their group from Bone Enterprises to Bone Thugs and Harmony. And the first hurdle came in the journey of Flesh and Bone immediately after naming the group. Flesh was addicted to a special kind of drug. Eazy-E realized his extreme extent of addiction in the first meeting and didn't sign him to Ruthless Records. But Flesh didn't give importance to this. He was still in the group and even got the first verse on For the Love of Money, which features Eazy-E himself.
Gotta make that money, man. Hopped out of the ride, see Flesh then showed up. Fucking the conform, so drop it on down with them into.
Immediately after this album, the group was thriving. They were everywhere. By 1994, the hip-hop world was crazy for this group.
From in Cleveland, we never looked back. We was opening shows from ever since, and then after.
Soon, the word came out that one of the Bone Thugs was not signed to Ruthless Records. They didn't even see much of Flesh and Bone's pictures in the marketing for the album. But they have heard his unique voice and wanted to sign him up for their labels. Def Jam Records was one of them. Flesh signed up with them, released his solo album, Thugs, on November 19, 1996. He instantly claimed his position in the hip-hop world.
Along the mind, never find a day lonely, only real money making cheese. Exclude the suckers who try to handle this.
The album presented his deeper voice, street-edge lyricism, and the contrast to the more melodic and harmony-heavy Bone Thug style. It showcased his individual identity as a rapper with raw roots. The album was certified gold. Apparently, Flesh and Bone's life was shining, but his internal life was suffering. Eazy-E died. The streets of Cleveland were not leaving him alone, and his drug addiction had turned him into a hothead. In the 90s, he went to jail almost 7 times. This criminal record limited his presence in the marketing and recording of albums. Bone Thugs released their third album in 1997. The Art of War was a success, taking their group to the top of the hip-hop world. But Flesh and Bone was in the background on this album. His personal life and criminal record forced his members to keep him away from their album success.
If it was me, I would have been able to deal with Flesh. Those people couldn't deal with Flesh. I still made my mark. I still pissed on my fire hydrant and marked my territory.
Due to this, Flesh's involvement in the BTHN Resurrection album was minimal to none. It was the year 2000 and he was going to jail. After he went behind bars, Bone Thugs suffered with issues of harmony and unity. They were still thriving, but were in need of a comeback. If we talk about Flesh's solo journey, it gave him an identity and traction. After the first solid album, his second album was released in 2000. The world was eager to hear his dark and cold voice. But there was a problem. Fifth Dog Let Loose was released right as he was entering prison. Fans heard his music, but the artist was absent. No videos, no tours, no press. Nothing happened. His momentum froze. This ruined his solo career. He had gone to jail numerous times in his life and was ruthless. People were scared of him.
And then people were scared. They were afraid of Flesh.
In 1999, he was charged numerous times for pointing loaded weapons towards people. Sometimes he would point rifles toward his neighbor, and sometimes he would keep loaded shotguns in his pocket. He was a hothead, so he couldn't stop himself from getting into legal troubles. He got out of jail numerous times on parole, and every time he messed up. He violated his legal rules and regulations, leading the court to make a tough decision against him.
He loves guns. Every one of his offenses involves guns.
The court agreed with the lawyer after Flesh assaulted his neighbor. They called him a ticking time bomb and sentenced him to jail. He remained in it for almost a decade. These years swallowed his career. His group members were thriving in their solo careers, and he was behind bars. At last, he came out of jail in 2008. In these years, his 4 group members felt his absence. They knew he was crucial for their group, so they eagerly waited for his release, and all of them greeted him like brothers. After almost a decade, Bone Thugs reunited. They went into the studio and released 3 new songs in the first month of Flesh's release. The world saw the reunion. Bone Brothers hype was back, and they immediately got the distribution deal with Warner Brothers Records. So they started working on their album, and Uni 5 was released as a comeback album. Flesh maintained his signature style and voice even after 15 years of being in hip-hop.
Up the industry and y'all just in time to get another facelift. Certainly there's something that you wouldn't want to miss. The drama when it hit.
The world accepted him and his group with open arms. Since then, Flesh has been continuously trying to reach the peaks of fame. He has released numerous albums and has received respect from hip-hop fans. But he is still unable to reach the same level of fame he and his group members received in the 90s. What are your thoughts about him? Share with us in the comments section and watch our latest video on the screen.